All right, thanks for joining me again, guys. Today we're going to be doing something kind of interesting and special. This is the first Abominable Electronics limited edition Halloween Hail Satan pedal. I did buy the optional enclosure that was already drilled and has art on it. I went with the pinhead art to keep the theme. It looks really cool for a very reasonable price. Thanks to Patrick of Abominable Electronics. This is the enclosure. It looks really good. I love the blood red color with that art on it. And this is the bag. I previously opened this and inspected it and took a look at it. So a lot of these things came in the box as well, so the package wasn't stuff like this, but this is the cool packaging that you get. And then there is the Abominable Electronics artwork on the back, as well as the hand-numbered bag, pedal number, and then so you get this cool sticker. This is a cool bumper sticker, and then as well you get the instructions. This was pretty cool. Okay. And then let's see what else you get. So this is the sticker pack. You get a couple of stickers as well. A couple of rip-off stickers, which are pretty cool. Operation Ivy and full of them. And then you get some earplugs. This is the components bags. These are the resistors. These are the capacitors, the diodes, the LEDs. And then let's get into this bag here. So you get a couple of other stickers, which are pretty cool. I always enjoy stickers, especially on a pedal case or something of the like. Some matches, which are pretty cool too. You get a nice matching pick. Got a couple of limited edition stickers as well. The Jason Voorhees and the pinhead art. And then you have the main PCB here, which is pretty nice. I love the color. It's great size too. Nice and compact. Looks well built. Nice thickness to it, good traces on it. This is going to be super fun to get together. Let's see if I can get it in the frame here. That way you can kind of take a look at it. So I'm still waiting on some jacks, the 4 pots, and the dust covers for the pots and everything like that. So we're going to just populate the board for now. However, that shouldn't take too long. Let's get right into the process, and you'll get to see what it's like to build the first Abominable Electronics Hail Satan pedal kit. All right, this is me installing everything into the PCB, starting with the resistors. The first process is just basically sorting the resistors into each resistance value, and then slowly getting each one inserted to the correct corresponding position on the actual PCB itself. That is a close-up of the resistors once they were all stuck into the board. And here I am soldering each piece. You're going to need a fine tip for your soldering iron. There's a lot of tiny spots here that you're going to need to solder up and make sure that they are correctly in place. That way the resistor itself won't wiggle at all or won't lift, and you can ensure proper connectivity. So the next process was all the LEDs, the capacitors, the diodes, and the transistors that were left over. The actual enclosure itself didn't have 2 holes drilled for the eyes for the actual LEDs on the front. So I my pedal doesn't have an indicator on whether or not the pedal is turned on. However, that doesn't really make a difference to me. Not really going to most likely use this on my board anytime soon. I'm just going to be recording with it and using it in different applications. However, just wanted to make the note that you'll have to drill the LEDs themselves on the front to indicate that the pedal is on. So here I am wiring up the switches and getting the pots and everything like that installed onto the board themselves. Make sure you install it correctly the first time, otherwise it's going to be wasting time like myself. And then the switches are oriented as well. There is a line that should be towards the bottom if you're looking at it on the front face of the button. Aside from that, that's pretty much all the information you will need to build the pedal. You'll need the switches, you'll need the 9-volt jack, the pots, 4 different pots. However, Patrick does give a list of different items that you need to purchase from a separate distributor to continue and complete the pedal. But the pedal came out really, really sick. I didn't hear it beforehand. So it was fun to get it all together and to see it put together correctly, finally, after some troubleshooting. However, overall it took me probably about 3.5 hours. That is the final product. It looks absolutely really, really cool. And then that was the inside of the enclosure itself. Final signature of myself to complete the pedal, and then here it is in its final glory, all set up right before we do this helmet cover. Give it from Meantime with the blood red knobs, with the blood in the water clear knobs. Thanks for watching, and I'll have another Abominable Electronics demo and cover soon.